And so the journey begins. I had no idea what to expect since this journey would be over 25 hours, and the longest I'd been on before this was about 8 hours, and even that was exhausting. But I brought some entertainment with me, and the planes were pretty nice, so it wasn't all too bad. The first stop was Finland, which I'd love to explore someday, but sadly I couldn't get out of the airport this time as I would only be stopping for about 3 hours. And this was the first time I actually saw snow in a while because Iceland somehow hasn't really had any snow this winter. And of course it wouldn't be Finland without seeing some Moomin and Santa goodies. I'm pretty sure each of the Nordic countries claims to be the home of Santa because there's also a home of Santa in Iceland. And finally I made it to heaven. Subway. This plane was absolutely huge, way bigger than anything I've been on, and it had cameras that showed the outside of the plane, which is absolutely insane to me. I've never seen that before, and it was really cool to look at while taking off and landing. I got really lucky as the 2 seats next to me were empty, so I could stretch my feet, and I didn't have to bother anyone if I had to pee. The food we got was pretty good, but I'm definitely bringing something with me the next time I go, as there was about a 10-hour window where we didn't get anything, and the in-flight menu was a bit lackluster. We only had like blueberry muffins. And now we're finally approaching Japan. We got another meal, which was decent, nothing special, and I actually got a certificate that I flew above the North Pole, so that's cool. And here we can see Tokyo Tower in all its glory. Finally, I've landed in Japan. Look, Japanese people, sugoi. Japanese airplane, sugoi. Japanese toilet, kimochi. But that isn't the end of the journey, as I still have to make it to Sapporo. I made it to Sapporo. And I finally met my girlfriend. She was even cuter in person. And we got to see some Christmas lights together, which was really nice. Here we can see Tokyo Tower again, didn't know there were so many of them. And finally the Holy Land, 7-Eleven, and another toilet. Now we've gotten to day 2, this was the breakfast at the hotel. I probably should have gotten a little more traditional food, but it's fine. Of course, the first thing we did was visit a dog cafe. These were St. Bernards. They were really cute and fluffy and really big. And we noticed Itachi was spying on us, but it was cute, so it's okay. And of course, the second thing we did was go to another dog cafe. Samoyed is one of my favorite breeds, and when we noticed that this was close to our hotel, we just had to go. They were so fluffy and cute. I could have stayed there for hours. Since we had just left another dog cafe, they were really into our smell, so that was fun. At one point there were like 6 of them circling us, that was really cute. I mean, just look at this little guy, I can't take it, my heart's gonna explode. I seriously did not expect this amount of snow. It is beyond anything I've seen before. But man, is it pretty. This is Nakajima Park, which is right next to our hotel. And I just found out recently there was a shrine there, which we missed, so I'm kinda bummed about that, but it was still a really nice walk. This was close to the city center, and as I'm not used to big cities, I felt like I was in Times Square. And of course you can't go to Japan without going to some real karaoke. This is my first time inside a Don Quixote, and the song is still stuck in my head. It's so catchy. Look who I found. Well, well, well. Here you can see Shibuya Crossing from a really cool viewpoint. And the most surprising collaboration of the century, what's her name? Dora and Pingu. I think this place inspired me to get my own fish tank. Here you can see the ingenuity of human science. They brought the animal from Minecraft into real life. I thought this was just a weird rock, but it was alive, so that's freaky. These were truly the weirdest turtles I've seen in my entire life, but they were cool. And I saw this chill guy. He was a really chill guy. And this chill guy got attacked by another chill guy. These chill guys were doing 18 plus stuff. And here we can see a behind the scenes look at Happy Feet 3. I just got off the phone with Warner Brothers, and it will be coming to theaters near you in 2027. We went out to eat yakiniku, and this was seriously the best food I've had in my life. It was so good. The next day we rented a car and we were off to Lake Toya, which I really wanted to go to because it is the origin of Gintoki's Bokuto from Gintama. For some reason I thought this bridge looked really pretty. I don't know why. Before heading to Lake Toya, we visited my girlfriend's family and they made takoyaki for me, which was an experience, but it was pretty good. Definitely the chewiest thing I've ever eaten in my life. I found this really cute anime store, which had a lot of cool stuff. The coolest thing was obviously JoJo. Sorry. Of course we went to an arcade as well. I was too poor to play any of the gacha, sadly. But it had this cool Initial D game, and as soon as I got home I started watching Initial D, and it's been really fun. But now it's finally time to make our way over to Lake Toya. this was the one night we splurged on a pretty nice hotel. It came with kimonos and an onsen, and it was amazing. The view when we woke up was absolutely breathtaking. Hotel staff asked us if we wanted Japanese or Western breakfast, and of course being in Japan I couldn't ask for anything but the Japanese breakfast. And it was definitely an experience. We had squid, octopus, miso, wagyu, tofu, some weird pudding, and it was honestly pretty good, but I don't think I would eat it of my free will. Now it was time to say goodbye to Lake Toya and head off to a ski resort. During this drive we were supposed to be able to see Mount Yote from Costa Yote, but there was so much snow that I couldn't see it, and I'm still pretty bummed about that. And we made it to Rusutsu. This is a place that is a ski resort during the winter and an amusement park in the summer. And it was honestly really cool. The view was absolutely breathtaking, but I only go snowboarding about once a year, so I was really rusty and pretty slow, but it was still so much fun. And that concludes the last day. Now we're off to Sapporo again, and time for me to leave in the morning. First I had to go fix the window wipers because they were frozen and stopped working, and I swear I thought I was about to get eaten by a bear while I was out there. And we made it to the airport. We got to shop a little bit for my nephews. And we went to this Hello Kitty place, which was pretty cool. But then it was time to say goodbye. It was really hard, but all good things must come to an end. I hadn't eaten ramen the entire time, so of course I had to make up for it at the airport. And then I saw this Persona merch, which I really wanted, but it was closed. And goodbye Japan. I hope I can see you again soon. Also saw some northern lights from the airplane, which is really cool. And I've made it home. God damn it. Of course, the first thing I do is eat a hot dog.